Well, a very good morning, everybody, for Monday, the 26th of October. Well, not quite the picture that I was hoping for. Bright sunny starts and yeah, very glorious, in fact. But unfortunately, now looking outside the window, we've got a potential line of troughs. This is the synoptic at midnight, showing it was just sort of trough after trough yesterday, associated with the remnants of the cold front, which had passed through sort of Saturday night. But looking now, we've got this sort of an occlusion up towards the top of Scotland, and this sort of trough, which is just sort of going through the English Channel at the moment. With that, we are starting to pick up a bit more of a westerly breeze, but at the moment we've got a slight southwesterly as the ice bars kink round into the right position. Those winds still reasonably fresh, sort of 280s, 290s, 30 knots, so nearly dead westerly, good as can be. Probably at the moment it's probably more like 240, 250 for now, and you can see that on here because the southwesterly winds are showing up first, probably as a shower then goes through, then pick up a more westerly flow. The satellite picture you can see showed a really clear bright start into East Anglia, into the southeast, and was over us even just an hour ago. But you can sort of see this more unstable air mass just coming in from the west, bringing in with it some of these larger showers. This will come through, but it's a little bit worse than I was expecting. The infrared not particularly showing too much other than the tops of these clouds coming our way. So you can see this one here, which I'm going to show on the rain radar in a moment, which is a bit more of a problem. That rain, as you can see, is just tracking in from the west, sort of on a west-northwesterly path, sort of square on us at the moment. Once we sort of can get rid of that, then it'll be nice and fine. To the north and to the south of the line, there's no problem at all. But yeah, just one of those unfortunate things where it tracks between the M4 and M3 corridors. So that's it at 8:50, and you can see it's just about started there. And as I look out the window now, yeah, I can still see some blue sky down to the south, but yeah, not particularly too good over us, but it will pass through. Top temperature today, still feel fairly cold, barely double figures at best, and dew points probably sort of mid-range of the 0 to 10s, so probably about dew point of about 5. Currently at Lasham, we have a temperature of 8 and a dew point of 6. I expect that will change as the front comes in. No webcams today because they're not working, and we'll just have a look at a meter from Farnborough showing, yeah, scattered to 3,000 feet with rain showers, and this is westerly winds, probably not picking up the change in the wind direction. The Odium showing a bit more of a change with the weather we've got here, showing a bit more westerly later in the day. So yeah, rain prediction from the Met Office, you can see at 9 o'clock, that's fairly accurate of a nowcast of what we're doing. 10 o'clock, still raining. 11 o'clock, hopefully clearing up, and you can see it should be reasonably good for the afternoon, maybe the odd bit of isolated shower. Sunset today just before 5 o'clock. Soaring wise, there might be a little bit of late October soaring once the rain's gone through. We look at about 1, 2 o'clock, might get 900 meters above here, so maybe 2,500 feet or so to play with, maybe even a little bit higher just towards the end of the day, but it might then go to showers. So we'll just have to see on that one. But yeah, the chance of some sort of weak thermals for today. Distribution. Let's have a look. So yeah, little bits of spread outs, but mostly cumulus, maybe intermixed with some showers. Okay, airspace. Let's have a look. Goods. Fairford active today. That's between 8 and 6:30. So they're open. Anybody planning to go down to the Isle of Wight? It's not showing on here. I'll just have a look on the NOTAM info, this other sites that I've got. I don't know if it's not picked it up yet. I'm going to assume at the moment that these are still active, and in fact they are. So those of you that weren't watching the news last night, very exciting events happened in the Atlantic, some sort of potential piracy or some incidents involving an oil tanker. When these things happen, what they do is they put up an emergency restricted area temporary, and you can see that does overlap a little bit onto the Isle of Wight. So just be aware that is up to 5,000 feet. It may get deactivated later in the day, but my recommendation is check the NOTAMs, maybe even ask the local air traffic unit if anybody is planning to go down to the Isle of Wight in a motor glider or something today, because this does sort of get quite close to Sandown, and the ship I believe has been or is being escorted back into the port, and I believe the assailants have been dealt with. So yes, well done to the Royal Marines and other forces as well. Okay, back on dry land here. We are looking at operating on probably 2.7 after the rain goes. There is still a risk potentially it might be a bit more southwesterly. The airfield has had a lot of rain and is probably about to get rained on again. So with that in mind, we might need to operate with the launch point further forward so we can operate and land on the runway. If that does happen, the way that we'll operate is left-hand circuits land on the runway, right-hand circuits land on the grass, and we'll still have all aerotow and winching operations on the runway. But yeah, the launch point will have to be around here. We might operate on 2-3, in which case you might still need to land on the runway. We'll just play it by ear. If it dries out, we might be able to operate a little bit more normally, but certainly launching will be happening off the runway. So let's just pay attention to see how bad the grass is after the rain. So either 2.7 or 2.3, we'll make a decision once we get out there. No jet movements as far as I'm aware of. There is a Navajo that is due in. I think it's got a bit scared due to the rain, or it's broken or something. I have had a chat with Doncaster Ops, and we should get a time to know when that's coming in shortly, because if we are operating slightly further forwards, it will make it a little bit more tricky, and we'll need to make a plan on how we operate with the Navajo. Okay, I believe we've got quite a busy day once this rain goes, so we'll make sure we're ready and raring to go once the rain's gone. But yes, bring a coat. It is still wet. Please keep your social distancing up in the clubhouse. Has been going really well so far. As I said, we want to set an example for the other clubs and organisations that we're affiliated with. So, yeah, keep up the good work, and I'll see you on the airfield either today or later in the week. Bye for now.